Hey everyone, welcome to this explainer. I'm really excited to dive into today's topic with you. If you're a cloud architect, a database administrator, or anywhere in IT operations, you already know the drill. Getting your system logs flowing into a centralized location, well, that's just step one. The actual challenge is transforming that massive, overwhelming mountain of raw log data into real, actionable insights for your Fusion applications. So today, we're going to explore exactly how to do that using OCI log analytics and a genuinely game-changing GenAI feature called LoganAI.
Here's a quick look at our agenda for today. We'll start by moving beyond basic log monitoring, then master ESS job analytics, and tackle securing user access. After that, we'll introduce LoganAI, walk through some best practices, and finally, wrap up with the future of observability.
All right, let's jump right into Section 1. Beyond basic log monitoring and the visibility challenge. Picture this. Your IT ops team just successfully set up your Fusion Apps audit log ingestion. Awesome, right? The data is finally flowing. But now, you're facing a totally new reality. You've got gigabytes, maybe even terabytes of raw data sitting there. Now consider this question. Which users logged in from geographically distant locations today? If you pose that real-world question to an IT professional who's just relying on basic, out-of-the-box tools, you're going to see their stress levels spike immediately. Trying to manually sift through raw logs to spot an impossible travel scenario, like someone logging in from London and then somehow Tokyo an hour later, is incredibly tedious. Honestly, it's like looking for a needle in a haystack.
And this comparison right here really hits the nail on the head. On one side, we have native Fusion tools. They're okay, but they often give you a limited history, siloed views, and really just basic tracking. You kind of miss the big picture. But on the flip side, by shifting to OCI log analytics, you unlock cross-module correlation, historical trends, and much deeper analytics. It's literally the difference between peeking through a tiny keyhole and throwing the entire door wide open for comprehensive visibility.
Moving on to Section 2. Mastering ESS job analytics for proactive monitoring.
If you're a DBA, you know the Enterprise Scheduler Service, or ESS, is basically the beating heart of Fusion applications. Using the ESS Analysis Dashboard in OCI Log Analytics gives us these core capabilities to keep everything running flawlessly. We get real-time job status monitoring so you instantly see successes and failures. We gain historical trend analysis to catch those annoying recurring issues. Plus, we can correlate jobs across all Fusion modules, which is absolutely huge. But my personal favorite? Performance degradation detection. This lets DBAs spot jobs that are starting to slow down way before they actually fail. Throw in some heat maps for schedule optimization, and you're literally preventing conflicts before they even happen.
What I absolutely love about this is the sheer simplicity. A quick glance at a distribution donut chart like this gives you immediate, at-a-glance health monitoring. You don't have to dig into hundreds of individual jobs just to figure out if something's broken. The summary widgets give you instant visibility into execution statuses for any time period. It's proactive monitoring at its absolute finest.
Okay, Section 3. Securing Fusion user access by looking at human behavior patterns.
So let's pivot from scheduled automated jobs to actual human behavior and access patterns. The User Access Analysis Dashboard is going to give us a super comprehensive view of security events. We're tracking real-time login activity, keeping an eye on unique user counts, and analyzing failed logins, which, by the way, saves your security team from endless scrolling. But the real superpower here is geographic anomaly detection and multi-dimensional location correlation. This tracks those impossible travel scenarios we talked about earlier, along with suspicious off-hours logins. It means your security teams can rapidly identify potential account compromises or brute force attacks right as they happen.
When you visualize geographic hotspots for authentication failures, like noticing massive spikes in specific cities, your security teams don't have to guess anymore. They can immediately prioritize what to investigate. If you see a huge spike in failed logins coming from a single city that completely misaligns with where your workforce actually is, you know exactly where a coordinated attack might be originating from. And more importantly, you can shut it down fast.
All right, Section 4. This is the really fun part. Enter LoganAI and GenAI insights. Up until now, we've been talking about highly structured, beautifully designed dashboards. But now we're looking at a complete paradigm shift. Conversational, AI-driven log analysis. The most crucial takeaway is this definition right here.
LoganAI uses your underlying log data as the context for large language models. It completely strips away the need for you to manually write out complex queries. You can literally just converse with your logs in plain English to get instant, explainable answers. You could just ask, hey, what's causing ESS job performance degradation in the CRM module? And it'll just tell you. Think about how this actually maps to your daily troubleshooting workflows. Got one confusing error? Just use single log explain. Seeing a whole batch of weird errors? Multi-log explain has you covered. If you're dealing with massive volumes of similar logs, cluster explain will quickly summarize the outliers for you, and chart explain will actually generate summaries directly from your visualizations. It suddenly makes advanced log analytics accessible to everyone on the team, not just your query experts.
Let's move to Section 5, Best Practices for LoganAI, a quick implementation guide.
First off, how do you actually turn this thing on? Well, the enablement process is incredibly straightforward. If you're a tenancy administrator, turning this on is literally just a few clicks in the OCI console. You just navigate to Log Analytics Administration, configure the log and AI settings, enable it, accept the license details, and hit Update. Boom, that's it. Your existing widgets and dashboards are now ready to be automatically enriched with AI-powered explanations.
Now, to really get the most out of the AI, while keeping noise, hallucinations, and your costs strictly under control, you'll want to follow these best practices. Always filter by log source before you ask the AI to cluster data. That precise filtering really guides the AI to actionable conclusions. Make sure to select the proper time range so you don't overwhelm the system. Leverage link visualizations to give the AI visual context. You can use the custom action menu to bring in multi-source context. And lastly, keep a close eye on your OCI generative AI usage costs, since this does utilize separate resources behind the scenes.
I really want to emphasize a crucial technical limit here, 500. That is the strict maximum item limit for a cluster group context window in LoganAI. LoganAI's cluster analysis works so much better with smaller, well-scoped datasets. If you exceed that 500 record limit, you run the risk of the AI missing crucial context details, or worse, just hallucinating an answer. So always remember to filter down to a meaningful log group first.
Finally, Section 6, the future of observability and AI-driven operations.
Let's bring this all together and look at the big picture of what this evolution actually means for IT ops, DevSecOps, and cloud professionals everywhere. This statement really sums up the core thesis of everything we've looked at today. By integrating robust, centralized log collection with GenAI tools like LoganAI, we are officially moving from static metrics to dynamic, AI-driven observability. This tech fundamentally transforms your teams from reactive troubleshooters, the ones always putting out fires after they happen, into proactive strategists who optimize schedules and detect threats way before they escalate.
I want to leave you with this final, kind of provocative question to reflect on. How much time are you currently spending manually sifting through raw logs to answer complex operational questions? Seriously, think about the hours lost doing that. With out-of-the-box dashboards and conversational AI augmentation, all of that time can be reclaimed. Thank you so much for joining me on this explainer. I really hope you're as excited about the potential of LoganAI as I am.